Hello, everybody. This is Philip Martin, and this is the OnFilm column on video. And this is a good week to do this. I'm be absolutely transparent with you. I'm doing it a little early this week because it's going to be a busy week. It's just I have a little bit of time now, so I thought I would jump in here and do it. And not dressed appropriately, but you know, who knows what appropriate is anymore anyway. I want to really, because I want to put this up on the blog early, so on the art, on the Blood, Dirt, and Angels blog. Some of you know about that because it really is. Mainly, what I'm going to talk about is the Arkansas Cinema Society's. What is it called? Filmland 2020. That's right. Which is basically their annual event. It's sort of like a film festival. It's not quite like a film festival, but it sort of is. And this year is, of course, complicated because for the last 200, by the time you see this, if you're watching it through the Democrat Gazette app or, or through YouTube, it's going to be, 205 days we've been under lockdown. Basically, we've got they're showing the movies in a parking lot, the MP, what's it called? It's on Allied Way in West Little Rock. And you go to the Arkansas Cinema Society website, which is arkansascinemasociety.org, and you can get all this information that I'm telling you right now, and ticket prices, and say, I think it's $40 a car. So you jam as many people as you can in a car, and you go. But first, I think you better get tickets and reservations ahead of time because all these things are bound to sell out. Like I said, most of you are watching this on Friday, but just because there's some that may have caught on to the blog and to my YouTube channel, which I don't publicize, but I have because you have to have one. And I don't know if you can hear my email dinging up there, but I hope not. But sometimes it dings. That's my life. But anyway, I want to talk about what's going on here because there's some really good films that are coming this year, and not that there aren't good films every year, but it's really sort of interesting that in this sort of pandemic year where everything has been kind of lousy or not quite as good, maybe 40% of what you normally expect, and maybe that's that way too because you can't get people into the theaters, and it's going to be a different sort of experience doing it in a drive-in. And I haven't been to a drive-in since this stuff has happened. I know some of you have. And I've been back to the theaters, and that's sort of a 40% experience, even though I've enjoyed our trips back to the theaters. We saw The Nest last week, and it was a nice film to see in a theater. It's nice to see anything in a theater. Anyway, there's really two sort of, there's the drive-in component to this, and then there is the online, the digital, what they call the digital experience. And the digital experience actually started today, the 28th. So I think that you can go on, again, go to the website, figure it out. I'm going to talk about the movies. The movies are interesting because on Thursday night, this is one of my favorite docs of this year, is The Way I See It, which is the Pete Souza, who's the photographer for Ronald Reagan and for Barack Obama, the White House photographer. It's a documentary about him and his life and stuff, or his time with these presidents, and it's fascinating. And it's sort of, kind of in this age we're in. It's kind of nice to know that Obama and Reagan had the same photographer. And then that's on Thursday, and then on Friday night. No, that's on Thursday, and on Friday night is one of the big movies that's destined to be one of the big movies of the year, probably a big Oscar movie, Regina King's directorial debut, One Night in Miami, which takes us to a movie, to a moment in 1964 where Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, and Sam Cooke all got together and to celebrate the heavyweight championship that Ali had just won, or which I guess he was Cassius Clay then, actually. So, and it's a fictional film, but it's won a lot of awards. It looks really good. Nomadland is on Saturday night. Nomadland is probably the film right now that I'm looking most forward to seeing. And this is the Frances McDormand, and it's an adaptation of the book Nomadland by Jennifer Berlin. And if it's as good as the book, it's going to be a great movie. And I've heard great things about it. Piers Marchant has written about it in our newspaper. I think we've written about it. I think he's written about it a couple times because it won the People's Choice Award at the Toronto International Film Festival, and he won the top honors at the Venice Film Festival also. And it's just going to be one of those films that's going to have like a 98% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's probably going to get some Academy Award nominations. And I would not be surprised at all if Frances McDormand doesn't walk away with another Oscar. But we'll see. But I'm looking very much forward to that. I don't think I am actually going to go to the outdoor cinemas to see it. I think I'm going to probably, leave that to you. Because if I take up a spot there, I take up a spot there, and I don't want to take up anybody's spot. It's 6700 Allied Way, Little Rock, 72209. I have an idea where that is, but I'm not going to to make an uninformed guess here on this thing. And then we have on Sunday night Dreamland, which is a one that sort of snuck by me because I thought it was the old Dreamland. I thought it was the piece that Catherine Tucker and her husband Gabe had done a couple of years ago about the Dreamland Ballroom here in Little Rock. But no, it's a Margot Robbie film. It's set in the Dust Bowl Depression era in Texas, and I don't know anything else about it except it looks like it's got gangsters and it's got Margot Robbie. And then next week there's a joint thing with the Hot Springs Documentary Film Festival presentation of You Cannot Kill David Arquette, and that's a digital experience. So, again, please go to the website and don't count on me to give you heads up about this. There are other movies that are part of the digital part, which is really interesting to me because one of these films is my favorite film so far of the year, St. Francis by Alex Thompson. It was written and stars North Little Rock native Kelly O'Sullivan. And this is a film that full disclosure, I did the Q&A with Alex and Kelly that runs after the film, but I really was impressed by it. I really like this movie a lot. It's heartwarming, and it's real, and it's got this sort of, I don't know, people have been comparing it to Lena Dunham's Tiny Furniture. I think it's more, I liked it. It reminded me of a film that came out a couple of years ago called Princess Sid. It's got this real humanistic quality to it. It's frighteningly honest. It's just brutally honest, but it's not a downer. And it's really, in fact, it's an uplifting film, and it's got one of the greatest little child actors I've ever seen in it, and so it's really good. The other one that I have seen is Indian Outlaws, Marshals, and a Hanging Judge, Larry Foley's documentary that we wrote about a couple of weeks ago that Dan Liebarger wrote a thing about. It's, another one that it's $5 per feature to watch these things. So, just go ahead and spend $20. Watch 4 features. Mama Crom by Joseph Pellegrin. I have no idea what Mama Crom's about. And The Land of Light and Shadows by Kate Siegenthaler. And I don't know what either one of those is about because I haven't seen them yet. I have seen a couple of the shorts that they've got, and it's always fun to watch the shorts. So, that's kind of what we've got going. So go to the website, sign up, become a member of the ACS. I mean, it's really a good thing. In a normal year, we don't really it's not really a film festival. It's really more of an event thing. There's and there's good things and bad things about that. And I really liked the festival where you would have like 3 or 4 things going on at once. And if you didn't really care for one thing, you'd go to the other thing, or you could bop back and forth like I did sometimes. But it's also kind of nice to have, you're not counter-programming against yourself, and you don't have, people who want to go see one thing and they want to go see the other thing and they can't because there's a conflict. So that's pretty nice. But anyway, so that's up. you should go see Filmland. You should go to the website and look at all that. And maybe next year we'll be back and we'll be doing it in the Ron Robbins Theater or other venues around town, and that'd be great. And what else this week? Well, let's get away from that. Let's go back to this screen. And this screen, I don't have no idea what I looked like doing that. I wasn't monitoring it because I was looking at the. I didn't look at my notes. I looked at the website. So that's, I have all these notes here, and I didn't use them. Oh well. Story of my life. A lot of films are open. And again, this is early in the week. This is Monday when I'm actually sitting here doing this, and usually I don't do it till Tuesday afternoon when we really have a good handle on what's going to open. So I do, but there are definitely a few interesting films opening. Spontaneous, which I've seen, is a better than average, high school romance comedy that has exploding teenagers in it. Okay. I have not seen Save Yourselves yet, but Save Yourselves, which I'm waiting for the link. See if I've got the link. See. Nope, I don't have the link. And see, this is my email here. It's just, and it goes on and 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 on. And yes, that's back to 10:30. So there, that's out. That's all today. So I haven't got it yet, but I will watch that before the section comes out. There may be something else I watch before the section comes out. And I really want to call your attention to our lead feature this week, which is the Showtime series, The Good Lord Bird, which is just tremendous. I really like that a lot. In a normal year, would we be talking about that? I don't know. We're sort of moving in that direction with movie style. We're trying to get more. And this is not a movie per se. It's a 6 or 7 part. I think it's a 7-part miniseries on Showtime. It's done by Ethan Hawke, and it features a lot of the same guys that were in Blaze a couple of years ago. So it's really really well done, and I write about it, so I'm not going to waste that here. What else do I need to talk about? I don't know. I think that we're going to start doing something different with this format. I think I'm going to start making Zoom calls and bringing in other people, and we'll continue on doing these, but they may be a little bit different in the future. I don't know. We'll just see. Mainly I'm doing this because it's easy and simple and quick to do it, because I don't have a whole lot of time, as you can tell by our production values and the rambling nature of my delivery. It's not really terribly thought out. I just want to talk about Filmland, and I want to talk about what's going in the newspaper. And I'm going to put this up early, so if you're seeing it early, don't worry. It's supposed to be here. Okay? All right, now I'm going to get off of here, ship this to YouTube, and get back to work downstairs. All right. See you guys.